Wakey, wakey, wakey. Good morning, everybody. So I want to welcome everybody to the Daily Reader podcast, where we read from a daily reader or a devotional, and we learn tools and principles to help us stay more present and to live better lives. These include, but are not limited to, prayer, meditation, and breath work. Appreciate y'all tuning in to this podcast. If you're new here, be sure that you subscribe to this channel for updates and future podcast episodes. We actually meet y'all every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern time. This can change from time to time, but right now it's been pretty regularly 7 a.m. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get started today. So wherever you're at, find somewhere. This is a stopping point where you can stop doing what you're doing and get focused here on the present moment. Maybe you're doing something that's in the present moment. That's great too. But for our purposes here and our time together, I'm going to go ahead and pause. Or you can just watch it later. That's fine too, right? It's not a big deal either way. So once you're there, or once you're stopped doing what you're doing, and you can get to a safe place where you can be comfortable for the next probably, 10 minutes or so. I'll give you a couple minutes to get there before we get started. Sometimes I tend to rush into things, and I think that's my ADHD, so I'm going to be a little bit more patient on here with y'all and myself. All right, so go ahead. If you're comfortable doing so, you can go ahead and close your eyes. Take some breaths. Breathing in your nose, out your mouth. Talked with a fellow traveler the other day in a 12-step program I'm involved with, and she really gave me some great insights, and I'm going to pay it forward with y'all a little bit this morning, for our breath work meditation. So I want you to really just get to a point where you want to be. So whether that be grateful, happy, joyful. A lot of times joy and happiness go hand in hand. And just have, for me, it's really just gratitude. Just being thankful for what we have in our lives. Thankful for another day. So this is going to be something that I'm gonna embody, something that we can embody together. Whatever it is, it don't have to be the same for y'all, right? You can choose something else. Uh, I like happiness too, so maybe I'll just go with happiness, uh, and really just feel that and really embody that right now. Just take a few moments to do that. This is going to be our baseline. So baseline throughout life, you want to have a. Typically, we all come back to a certain baseline in our lives. Uh, if we're really angry, an angry person, we'll go into happiness from time to time. We'll go into sadness from time to time, or any other emotion. But then we'll come back to the angry, and we'll be angry most of the time. So this is where you're going to be at most of the time for your baseline. Mine is really happiness. I would say more than anything. So we're just going to go with that for myself. Whatever y'all's is, just pick something and just go with it for this meditation. Just be there. Uh, yeah, be that happiness. Feel it. Really get into it. Yeah, you might smile, you might laugh, uh, whatever that is. You may just go, oh, and just be angry. If that's your baseline, right? But it's probably a good idea to choose a more positive baseline. And yeah, this is something that has really been good for me. I've noticed over the last, I don't know, a couple of years, when her and I had this conversation the other day, that mine is really happiness. Probably, I don't know, probably 70% of the time, 75% of the time, I'm pretty happy. So there are times I get sad, times I cry, times I get angry. And that's normal, right? And then it doesn't last as long as it used to in the past. I for weeks, like weeks at a time, hold resentments for weeks, maybe even months at a time. And now it's usually a few hours a day in one day, and it'll be gone. I'll come back to my happiness. Kind of like a roller coaster ride. If you've ever rode a roller coaster. So yeah, just be in that happiness, whatever it is that you chose for yourself, for your baseline. Just be in it, and then have the awareness to know when you're out of it. That way you can let go of whatever you're holding on to, or worrying about the future, regretting the past, whatever it is, and you can snap out of it. After a few hours, sometimes it might be a few hours, but it takes time. Takes time. So be gentle with yourself. No need to force things. Let's do one more breath, y'all. So breathe in deep as you can through your nose or through your mouth. The allergies still a little bit. I had my shots yesterday, still bothering me some of them. I'm able to breathe in my nose, but it's not all that great. Still a little stuffy. Y'all can probably tell in here the last couple of days I've been a little stuffy. But I just hit my highest maintenance dose. I'm gonna be going once a month now instead of once a week, once every 2 weeks. It should be good. Should be good. So most days I don't have an issue. So they've been working the last few years. The shots are definitely helping me. Okay, and breathe out. Sorry, I got off track. My ADHD kind of took over, y'all. Sorry about that. Breathe in deep as you can. Breathe out. Do an audible out breath, just releasing any stress or tension. If you have any at this point, your body does store that. So even if it's unconsciously doing so. So when you breathe out, just know that your body's releasing Even if you don't think you have anything, just know that your body is releasing something. In deep on it, in breath and out breath. And we're going to do the full serenity prayer today. So, in prayer, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as the pathway to peace, taking this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting if I surrender to His will, He will make all things right, so that I may be reasonably happy with this life and supremely happy with Him forever and ever in the next. Okay, whenever y'all ready, you can go and open your eyes. Maybe I missed a little bit of the full serenity prayer. I thought I had it fully memorized. Maybe I didn't. I think I missed one line. All good. Today is June the 13th. I'm going to verify that real quick. I believe it is. Y'all give me 1 second. I was correct. It is Friday the 13th, y'all. Okay. Step 2, came to believe that a power greater than myself could restore me to sanity. Used to be difficult for me. I was upset with the word sanity. As a child, I grew up in an addiction home. I experienced insanity. I saw my mother taken to a psychiatric unit and labeled crazy by family, neighbors, and friends. She was blamed and criticized for an entire family's disease. As an adult, I too was held responsible for my family's illness. When I came to Al-Anon and heard sanity, all I could think of was the lack of it. I feared becoming like my mother. What I had overlooked in step 2 was the word power. The day I started placing my attention on that power instead on the insanity, I began to see miracles in my life. One such miracle was my ability to talk about my fears in Al-Anon meetings. Other miracles including taking the 12 steps that led me to serenity and engaging in the process of forgiving and healing. It has taken many years of hearing step 2 read at meetings for me to really hear the word power. Now I realize how much more awesome my higher power is than this disease. Instead of dwelling in fear today, I am striving to pass on the miracles of recovery to my children. Thought for the day. Dear God, when I get caught up in the craziness of my life, please help me to focus on your awesome power to restore me to sanity. Belief grows as we open our minds enough to consider that a spiritual resource can help us with our problems. And that's from the book Paths to Recovery, page 18. Yeah, it's an interesting reading today, y'all. Y'all let me know what your thoughts are below. If y'all have anything to add to it. Typically in the 12 steps we share our experience, strength, and hope with others. So if you have any of that, you can leave it below. I'm sure other people will get value out of it as well as myself. For me, the higher power thing is God. I choose to call my higher power God. But till recently, I haven't really had a relationship. Maybe 6 months or so, really, really good relationship with God. Because I grew up in a home where God was always angry every time you messed up, or He was waiting on you to mess up. When you messed up, He'll curse you, be pissed off at you, and things like that. So it's taken me a long time to really start getting that relationship back together from a positive perspective instead of just an angry one all the time. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey. Still ongoing, by the way. Not perfect by no means, but it has gotten a lot better than it was in the past. So yeah, I'm grateful for that. Talking about miracles, I've seen a fair amount of them in my lifetime, and it's kind of interesting. Usually, when they happen, you're not really planning for them to happen. Like when you're out of your head, you're not in your head. You're really in your body and your emotions, just enjoying the moment, for what it is. Sometimes painful, sometimes not. Right? I'm not gonna say enjoying every moment, but as many as we can, right? Because every moment, in my experience, hasn't been enjoyable. But I had one I'll share with you with a friend of mine out in California. Actually, last night I got to have lunch with him, and he's a fellow traveler as well in the 12 steps, and we had talked about before. I said, man, we do a lot of phone calls, and I said, it'd be great just to get on and do a video call from time to time. And I told him, I don't know what that was, maybe 3 months ago when I seen him. I got something to eat in California. I hadn't seen him over 20 years in person. And lo and behold, he called me last night, got on a phone call, and when we got ready to hang up, he hung up. And when he hung up, a video call come in. I said, wow, okay, what's going on with this? So I answered, and it was him on video. So that was a miracle there. He's like, I don't know how it happened. He's like, when we hung up, he's like, the phone, he hung up, and then he looked at his phone and see me on the video. That was crazy because I didn't call you either. He didn't call me, I didn't call him. So spent a little time on video last night. And, yeah, it was good. So it's actually Google Meet, y'all. If you don't have Google Meet, it's free. You can do video calls on there. I think on my phone too, there's an option to video call, like on my actual phone. That'll allow you to do that too, like just a regular phone call. I haven't really figured that out yet. I'm gonna try it pretty soon though and see how that goes and if it works or not. I don't know if it works. I think it just works with other Android users. I'm an Android person, so I think it's Android. I think it has to be Android to Android for that to work. Let's see here. I'm going to just kind of glance back over this, see if there's anything else I can add. Yeah, part of me mentions trust here, trust in a higher power. A lot of my issues stem from trust. from childhood, some of the childhood trauma and abuse that I experienced really messed up my trust. I think it also maybe messed up my trust with my higher power as well. Because why would a loving God allow certain things to happen to somebody? It's something I've really, really been contemplating a lot lately. And coming to realize that it's something that I think that maybe I don't know. Some people believe that we sign up for this stuff that we experience in life before we come here. God gives us a choice to actually sign up for the experiences we have, and we know before we come here what those experiences are. And we chose them. Chose our parents. Chose where we're going to be born at. I'm not real sure how. I'm not real sure if I agree with that one or not, but it's possible, right? Anything is possible. I just don't have any remembrance of that when I came here, right? When I was born, before I came here. But another thing is we have these experiences. I personally believe we have these experiences so that we can overcome them and then bless and help others along the journey as well for what our experiences have been. We've been able to come through and overcome them. So, yeah, I think that just, to me, that makes a little more sense. Stuff just happens, right? It's just life. It just happens. So, yeah. So, anyways, y'all, I trust y'all got some value out of that this morning. I'm going on 21 and a half minutes, 21:50, 21 right now, 21 minutes and 50 seconds. I think it's the longest daily reader I've done. So, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here, and hope everybody has a blessed day, and I look forward to spending some more time with y'all and seeing y'all again tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. So, once again, if you're new here, maybe you tuned in halfway through the podcast, be sure to subscribe to this channel for future updates and podcast episodes. Y'all take care, and as always, peace and love. Bye for now.